Part 3. Assaulted me and my father. Then, as I came out of a drugged stupor, drugged not by me, don't know how, stupor, this man grabbed my baby boy, son, grabbed him, and said, "I'm taking him." I'm like, what the hell's going on? I barely I couldn't even move. What the hell? I jumped up and I grabbed my son and said, "Hell no, you ain't taking my son." He pulled his gun to me and put it to close enough to my face and said, "Get on the ground." I reversed the gun out of his hand and took it, told him to get on the ground, looked at the gun and said, "This is fake." I threw it to the side. He swung. I took him down with right, left, uppercut, knee to the stomach, bend to the back of his left knee, grabbed his arm, and put him down on the ground. I should have ripped his head off, but I was asked not to. This man got up. I made him run, Dennis Lee Armstrong, out of my backyard into the neighborhood, running from me. No weapons, Dennis Lee Armstrong. And that's the person it was. Come to find out, about 6 to 8, 9 weeks, months later, we move to 4252 Falcon Hill Street. I come out of the house to go get the mail, and who do I see? Then the hell becomes the worst hell you can live. I was drugged. I was drugged in and out of my life for the next 17 years without knowing. And when I did know, it's when I came in and out of this hell, they drugged me through whatever drink they put in my drink, needles to my feet, needles to my spine. As I came through my room, every time in my bedroom, I would wake up to people in my bedroom. I would wake up to people beating me with sticks, bats, or beating me with batons. I would wake up people on top of me, men and women. I would wake up and see in my home children. I never touched these people or these children. This was a nightmare that no man will ever understand until I put it out and let you know I am not in a sex syndicate. These people were sex trafficked, and this is North Las Vegas. Welcome to the Underground by Giovanni Andrew Porter II. I want the FBI, CIA, DEA, FEA, and military all to know. I know your secrets, North Las Vegas. The sex syndicate has to die now because they are worse than ever. Now you want to sell your drugs to these people. You want to go onto the internet and tell these people I assaulted and raped I never had. And these people who are claiming that I molested them, I never had. I've been tied up and ridden as a stallion. I've been assaulted by men fucking around my people standing around my bed as I woke up and I cannot move, and I'm like, who and how did you get into my house? And Dino and Dana would break into my house and I would wake up and this man is trying to touch me. Young man in his teens, both of them from Cheyenne High School. They all worked for Dennis Lee Armstrong and his sex syndicate. I saw Dennis Lee Armstrong kill Jennifer from Westminster, California. My friend, you can find me in court in Westminster as I stood up for her and took a charge. That's the kind of man I am. You can check with my friends and family. You can check with the people from Westminster. You can check with the people from Santa Ana. You can check with the people from Orange County, every city. You can check LA. You can check Northern California. You can check Detroit, Michigan, Canada, Mexico, and around the world, because I meet people from everywhere my whole life. I am not perfect. I am not a unsinned man. But my sins do not deserve what is happening to me. My sins are not their sins. Their sins were put upon me, and their sins were did by Dennis Lee Armstrong with videotapes, video cameras in my home at 4252 Falcon Hill Street. Not only that, their whole house is wired for sound. The whole house was wired with cameras. Now, if you see me in anything video talking about, look at what they done to him. Look at what this is what we do to the word, N-word, they keep saying, they keep using. And they're passing out all this money to all these people to keep doing these things to me, to keep following me, to keep tapping my phone, tapping. Did you see it move? Sheeds, technology. Well, let's just call it stealth or cloak. That was created by the military. Now, how did they get it? Well, I know. How do I know? Because I woke up one morning. There was a gentleman and a beautiful woman, African-American woman, standing in my room. I got up and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Giovanni Angelpour II, we would like to talk to you. We're here. We're here to bring you into the United States Marine Corps." I said, "Why did you wait so long? You will understand in the future." I was told to put my right hand up, or my right hand, my left hand on the Bible. I was, given an opportunity by a Navy officer, high-ranking officer, to join the Marine Corps. I took it. Now I understand what he meant by "in the future you will understand." Yes, I joined the Marine Corps that day. The lady that was there works for the government. She said, "Welcome, Giovanni Angelpour. Welcome to the United States Marine Corps." That man is a high-ranking officer now, very high. From then on, technology that I've already been seeing in my life, and you've seen my videos, there's a lot more from 2021 to 2024 that were stolen off this very phone. Space, alien technology, our technology also. I've been naming things my whole life. So I came up with new concepts as far as gold thread throughout military clothing. so that you could find them, in the underwear, the clothing, so that you could find them like a beacon without anyone knowing, without having to put a little tracker in your arm or your head. Socks, everything, shoes. I came up also with, well, let's get this, let's fix this right now. 2022, August, I was drugged in my home with some kind of drug. I don't know what the hell it was. Gave me fear. During that fear, my daughters were assaulted over and over for days by Dennis Lee Armstrong and others. And my bedroom window was directly across from Dennis's bedroom window, where he killed my friend Jennifer in about 2014. Jennifer from Westminster, California, who's, I pray to God, I saw him do it. When I went into the room, when I saw him do it, they gave me a drink for me to drink it. It wiped my memory. He gives you, he's been drugging me with some kind of drug that wipes my memory. The next day, he grinded her up in gears in his bedroom window. He remodeled the house. You could check it on Google Maps, the design of the house from 1987, 2014 when he did this, to 2024. The house, he shrunk it. He cut it in half. Dennis Lee Armstrong took me into his home once and showed me the inside where he had his, well, let's just call it a experimental lab, which leads to a secret underground, which was a curvature in the back of the house that moved, where it was a spiral staircase, where he kept all of the prostitutes. He had a merry-go-round, a machine that carried them, and it sprayed this purple spray that gave these people who were smelling it a euphoria, because it is a sex cult. And it drove the girls up and down and around and all the way around. He would have parties, and I could see it through the window. Yes, Dennis, I'm going to tell it all. Now, this sex cult invited me in one day. I went in. I had sex with a woman. This man with a fake beard on, didn't know it was Dennis, but asked me, do you want to join our cult? You can have all the girls, men, you can have sex with anybody, everybody. I looked at myself, I'm not gay. I don't want sex with old man. Well, he goes, if you want to join, you have to bow down on the knee and give me fellatio and acknowledge me as your king. I looked at this man, I said, without hesitation, never said it before, an emperor doesn't bow to a king. An emperor has more land, more gold, more wealth, more women. Why would I ever bow? And I said, once again, my name, Giovanni Andrew Porter II. So I go from Westside Watergate Crib, Santa Ana. This is about 2013. As you see, it was Dennis Lee Armstrong. He was embarrassed. He told the men in the other room. First, he drugged me. He told them, drug him. Then, as I'm trying to escape, he told the men in the other room, I want him to disappear. I want you to give him something to drink, get him in the car, and we'll say he was drunk and he disappeared. Well, some women from his cult helped me escape. There's so much more. There's so many people who were raped, molested by Dennis Lee Armstrong, including my family members, since 2009. There's people in my neighborhood, kids, Dana, Dina, Alana, Anthony, like they're Latino, Asian, Caucasian, and they're trying to blame this all on me as an scapegoat for him because Dennis took my military contract for my ideas that I come up with: static electric engines, the core, cyber tectonics, nano home security system, nano security system. And to the people who keep saying, how in the hell can he come up with that? He didn't go to school. Man, imagination, ESP, foresight, remote viewing. The military and the army and the government knew since I was in second grade in Detroit, Michigan at Clark Elementary to Los Aliso or the Paz. Both were next to each other, the names. In Mission Viejo, where I started being tested. And Dennis found this out. And he used it. Dennis does mind control. He says he's CIA. Ex-Marine. He has ties to the government. He has ties to the local authorities, local government. When I say ties, he's a pimp. And Dana, Anthony are now the pimps who work and run his daily organization. A child sex ring. A child sex ring. A porno ring. A sex trafficking ring. Welcome to North Las Vegas. Welcome to the Underground by Joanna Andrew Porter II. I'm not done. That's just the name of the title of my song that I created, as I said in other videos. See, they want a war. Well, I was put into the Marine Corps. I worked for the Marine Corps. I grew up with a military family, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and they trying to use mental illness against me to take anything that I created. They're trying to use sex and saying I'm a child molester. They put me on a registry. They put me on a watch list. They put me on everything you could think of. And yes, I went to North Las Vegas Police Department for identity theft. I went to Metro Police Department and filed charges against Dennis Lee Armstrong, or I wrote a deposition and wanted to file charges. Still waiting to speak to the detective, but they stole the number off my phone. You see, I'm not done fighting in North Las Vegas. That's why I'm not leaving here. Yes, Detective Snyder is the one who told me and confirmed. You've never been arrested in 20 years. You've only been arrested one time, which is in January, for pushing altercation with my family, arguing for domestic violence. I called the police on them. I was taken in because there was 4 of them, their word against mine, and there was a scratch. I have my police report, a scratch on my son's neck, scratch. The police took me in for that. I spent 3 days in North Las Vegas Police Department, locked up for 3 days. never been arrested for no child molesting. I found out that there was a case with my name on it. They used my ID back in the early 2000, I'm going to say 13, 14, 15. They used my ID for some kid who had assaulted a girl. They put my name on the docket. That's when I started fighting. That's when I found out that they put me on a registry. That's when I found out, and everything started happening from 2022 when it started raping my family and videotaping. Again, I told you they've been taping since 2009. You see, I have lost everything, but I will gain everything because I am alone in this world. All I'm trying to do is find a woman to be with in my life as a friend. But I'm an Aaronic priest, so I have to follow some rules. You understand? I'm an Aaronic Mormon. I'm a Mormon Aaronic priest. They do background checks. I did a background check for myself with Detective Snyder confirming I'd never been arrested. Detective Snyder from North Las Vegas Police Department, I'd never been arrested for anything in 20 years. And the rest that I had before in 2024 is in Westminster, California for possession. And I did drug diversion for it. Now, I'm telling you all this because it's in bits and pieces because FBI, I tried calling you and they keep blocking you on my phone. I'm sending this out because I'm asking for help from North Las Vegas, people who are involved, because it's getting worse for you. The people who was doing this for me, doing this to me, it's getting worse for you and your families, isn't it? See, all that money I made in my military contracts, I never got a dime because they recorded me and they stole everything that I say and they chop it up for us rap songs, poetry, my science. And people, I'm telling you, I'm a lot smarter than you think for those who think, oh, you're better than me because I didn't finish high school. Doesn't make you better than any man or woman. Education is not your I'm better than you moment. Because I've seen people with Harvard degrees and major colleges working at a fast food restaurant. So I'm going to put it to you like this. I want to speak to the FBI, Homeland Security, and this is not a mental rant or a mental breakdown because you've seen my videos. I'm very coherent. I like to speak to them. And any detective from North Las Vegas, Nevada, who wants to fight to stop sex trafficking, assaults on kids. I want to speak and tell what happened to me in these hospitals. The videotapes they made of me, assaulting me. They raped me. I'm a man. And a man ain't afraid to tell what happened to him. Yes. The mental hospital they put me in. Why? My doctor asked me, because he gave me a drug that he wasn't supposed to be giving me the dose of, and I found out. Do you want to go and, speak to someone over here at this place, at this hospital? I said, yes. Oh, sure, why not? Then hell started in these hospitals. 3 of them. Almost 4. Well, let's make it almost 5. Thanks from some help from the underground members who don't even know they're members, but people who helped me. Even some of the people who assaulted me changed. You got to understand this. I do not fight just for myself. I fight for those who cannot fight, those who are trapped in a world where they can't get out of this and people won't leave them alone, and they are stuck because they threatened them that they will release their sex tapes, or they will release that they were a part of this organization, or they are afraid because once they take the money, and it's millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars given to groups, people, to destroy me on the internet, in the streets, in the world, for what I know on them. They wanted a war. They kept calling out Santa Ana. They kept calling out all Orange County, LA County, anybody that I knew. I've seen them rape people in the backyard next to my house. People, organizations, anyone from my family, they have brought people here by offering them money and trips and saying, come out here. Hey, come, we want to talk to you about Giovanni and Japort II. Hey. Once they get them here, they trap them. There's an underground in my neighborhood of 4252 Falcon Hill Street. There's an underground, there's tunnels, there's little not cavities, there's apartments. They have a whole large community under our neighborhood. And it spans from my neighborhood all the way to the military base. From the military base all the way through to the medical center off of Martin Luther King, to the little airport. Special VIPs come through on Simmons and Cheyenne. You see, I know all these secrets because I listen. And when I listen, I learn. That's how I became the man I am today. Because when I couldn't spell or had problems with arithmetic in school, the teachers noticed something about me. I learned by listening, oral tradition, passed down through generations. But that's the way I learned. And not only do I can read. Let's get this right. I can read more than I can read. I went to UCI. I went to University of California, Irvine for radio broadcasting with Xavier and Sochi. I went and applied at Golden West College. I went to Northern California where I was asked to go, and I went to the Northern College. I met a Harvard professor prodigy who told me, Giovanni, you are too smart. Go back to school. I've met leaders, military leaders. One, I worked at El Toro Marine Base. Leaders. And I was a janitor. I worked the stands when we had air shows. But you see, I grew up on that base because my aunt, my uncle who passed, and he was a Navy officer, my cousins worked there. Martha Calloway, Brian Calloway, Bob Calloway. El Toro Marine Base. I've been on that base. I've seen more than you can believe. And they all wanted to talk to me because I knew my history. I'm an A+ student in history, La Quinta High School. I'm an A-, well, let's just say world history, A+ student. U.S. history, A- student. I found a niche in 7th grade, which was history. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I know you passed away, but that's when they found out I had a gift. And they started cultivating it. Art, literature, science, history, philosophy was all taught to me from El Toro, Mission Viejo, Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, Westminster, the schools that I went to there. Told you I was tested for ESP. They came every year or two to test me. I'm glad they did, because my sister has it, Sunita and Janita, Eleanor and Chrissy Angie. I have foresight. That means, another way of saying I see the future. I have remote viewing, as the military knows. I also have telekinesis. Now, I've been linked to everyone and everywhere I go through some kind of, I don't know, they basically opened my mind with a drug. Military applications. I've come up with more than just little commercials for the military. I have cameras in my eyes. If people wondering, yes, I have 2 cameras in my eyes. They were put in there. Dennis Lee Armstrong did it when I got glaucoma surgery. They offered me lenses. I had very thick glasses my whole life. They offered me surgery. Amazing. I said, okay. Then I was blinded in my eye, my right eye, with a laser from Dino, because he was jealous that the military wanted to give me a contract. See, there is so much that's happened to me. There is so much that's gone on. There is so much terror. I will, let's say it right, I will die from destruction before I die from terror. Now, I'm about to go through the war. I've been going through the worst hell with these Sheeds. Because Dennis opened up the gate in his sex coat. He made a deal with the Sheeds. Smoke, Hydraulic, Electric, Efficient, Dastardly Demons by Giovanni Andrew Porter II. I have video, I have audio, I have the Sims card. They wiped my phone so many goddamn times, but there's still backups because the phones all have a chip. My name is Giovanni Andrew Porter II. I created the underground. Came to me because of Rosa Parks. Came to me because not only before Rosa Parks, there was a great underground for slaves. I'm trying to help the sex slaves of today and tomorrow. I am trying to help and bring down the greatest threat to the United States that they do not know, or no, they know, but you do not. Dennis Lee Armstrong isn't dead. I have video and audio of him raping women and men and children. this year, and September till now, which is March. They're doing everything in their power on video and audio from YouTube, Facebook, every phone company I've had, Cricket, Metro, Verizon. They steal my data every day. The watch I wear is wired. Everything is through this phone. S20, Samsung. As you can see things going, picture getting darker and lighter. Look at my videos. Can't see anything, right? Watch. I just showed you in these videos. They have the technology to cloak themselves now. They go in and out of your homes. They rape you, your children, and they make you do things. You think when something gets knocked out of your hand or you have a poltergeist? These are not poltergeists. These are sheeds. I found, yes, they're in California. Yes, they're in North Las Vegas. They're in the world. When I say this world or the next, it's because the world next to us is a side-by-side world. They have their own world. And I've communicated with them because they can communicate with you. They can talk. These people, these dastardly demons who are doing this to you, they can talk. There's 11 types. Believe me or not, there are 11 types because I've named them. Predator Prime is a military application that I named. Predator Prime can get down and they can stop all of this. But see, they're fighting within themselves. The military are fighting within themselves to stop doing this to me. And this is what it's come to. Believe me or not, see me walking on the streets, riding on the bus. You can talk to me. You can ask me these questions. I will tell you that I was raped. I will tell you they did this to make it seem they were doing it because I was a sex predator. It is a lie. It is a fake. It's a manufactured bull by Dennis Lee Armstrong to control what goes on around me as far as money that I can make using my mind and creating. People haven't seen me for 20 years in Orange County, but they've heard about me. You see my eyes move? Exactly. They can control the cameras in my eyes. That's why people are afraid to communicate with me on the internet because they message them. Everyone in Facebook, listen, they will message you and try to convince you that I'm a child molester, that I'm mentally ill, that I'm this, that I'm that, so that you will not talk to me, a man. This man who is running around, Dino, is a gay man, but he's also a child sex raper. He's also a child sex victim. They all were victims in my neighborhood, and I trying to help them then. I tried to help them now, and they worked for him. They, Dino, Dino, and Anthony, you all work for this man. And you all say, oh, we're in the military. You're not in the military. You never have been. You're not even been to a recruiting station, but you claim to be CIA. You claim to be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, to anyone and everyone who will listen on the phone, on the internet. But you won't do it in person unless Dennis is with you. Dennis is trying to push Dino as his protege to run his business. What he has with Dennis, you got an idiot. All of them are idiots. They all been in the mental hospital because they were in there with me. You understand? Dino was in there with me. Dana was in there with me. Alana was a victim in there with me. Alana is a beautiful woman, but she is a very short woman, a very short stature. And this is the woman they keep saying I molested. There's also another woman who they said I molested and never molested. Now, they've been paying people to push this molesting all over wherever I go, because I told you, these people have been insulting me since 2004, 2009, in that neighborhood. They've been assaulting me with gang members. They assaulted me with officers, police officers. They assaulted me with neighbors. They assaulted me with people from California to wherever around the world. I'm telling you, because people, my family will hate me, everyone will hate me, but God damn it, I'm alone in this world except for my mother, and I'm not going to even go there with that. And I will destroy you, Dennis, and your sex cult, and I will destroy your syndicate. Believe me or not, I filed a report at Metro, what happened to me at UMC Hospital. I filed a report, and everyone wants to play this mental illness game. Well, I am not mentally ill in that way, not to fight. My poetry, my philosophy, my art, my history, my science is real. So now everyone has to pull up their boots, look at themselves. And I said, look at yourselves when you judge me, when you see me. You did this to me. And now you're upset that I'm doing it to you, and that I'm still creating and trying to find my way to get my idea of static electric engines. Static Electric Engines by Giovanni Andrew Porter II. You can see me on all the Facebook and YouTube. And all my other ideas. It's called intellectual property rights that Dennis Lee Armstrong has been taking from 2022 to 2024 and selling bits and pieces of my ideas. And now they're going to try to stop this. They already stopped me from putting it onto YouTube. I'll find a way. But now they're trying to stop me by saying to Facebook, he's saying racist chants. He sees a child molester. He's saying all these things. It's not true. Facebook has to go through everything I say. YouTube has to go through everything I say. And you will see that it's not inflammatory. I am trying to uplift people. I am trying to fight the people who are doing these things to you. So, this is Giovanni Andrew Porter II asking for help from the world. When you see me on the streets, talk to me. I'll talk to you. When you see me in the videos and audios, remember, what I show you is real. I'm not fake. I have more. I need your help. My phone number is 725-529-4211. This phone, it will be recorded what we speak about and say, but God damn it, we will say it. They've been trying to kill me since 2009. I mean, literally kill me with drugs and people. I've never been on no sex registry. I've never been on a watch list. I've never been on any of that crap, but you can find it when you look up my name. They had me on alternate sites using my name. They have a lookalike. They even, Dino, has my Godzilla tattoo. Mine says King of Detroit. What does yours say? I put a family crest from Ireland. and they had it messed up. But it's a great artist. He did a great job, and we're going to continue to put more on it. And what does yours say? Do not take calls from people claiming to be doctors, lawyers, talking about me. How'd you even get their number? I didn't give it to them. You're not on my call list for any doctor. So how would they call you? Not even the doctors can call you. You know why? Hippocratical oath. This is war. This is the general, as I've shown in my videos. I'm even asking my enemy, band together and stop these flesh eaters. Star people, unite. From the stars, from this world and the next, I will explain, show to you. Because I did touch the fence at Skinwalker Ranch, then I walked home. Another title of mine. And I really did it. I have more knowledge, more experiences that no one can ever dream of except for in the future. And I predicted this in 2022 as I spoke to the military. And they were very admired. They were very, they couldn't believe the things that I can do. And yes, fighting, I grew up fighting. And yes, I know martial artists. I grew up with all martial arts from different parts of the world. I've been tested by them too. And I've been asked, took occasions in my life, we would like to train you. See, I take bits and pieces of what they did train me, and I made my own martial art philosophy. My martial art workout by Jerron Andrew Porter II. You can see me in videos at EO Fitness, in the gym, in the water, in the pool. That's me jumping out of the water with both feet, using water, little hand things, pretty cool. Crouching down and lifting out of a 4-foot water with both feet kicking in the air. And other styles of workouts that I did in the pool that I created. I'm telling you, I create more than you ever could dream. And I'll never give up my dream or my intellectual property rights. I never signed anything to Dennis Lee Armstrong. He does not represent me or anybody in his organization. Give me my property rights. Give me my money. And I'm talking to the people who bought my ideas. I was put as a member. Well, I was given my oath by a great Navy man, high ranking to this day. In 2011, it was 2011, 2010, when he said, "Welcome to the United States Marine Corps." I took it and said, "Simplify." And that's why I stayed with the Marine Corps. That's why I came up with Emperor on the Chessboard and others. You see, look at my poetry. Look at what I say. And think about what they sell from me. Think about it to yourselves as you see this video. Think about it. If I can create the things and the words and the poetry that I say, what makes you think you're not? What makes you think you're better than me? School doesn't always make you an inventor or the man or woman you are. Nikola Tesla taught me that. God gives God's gifts. Gatling guns. We are the great star people. Fight phoenixes Because star people are people who are assaulted, who are survivors, good or bad, whatever side you're on. You were assaulted, you were harmed, you were touched from childhood to adult. Whatever my past is, whatever my past is or my life today, I fight for you. I fight for you now. I fight for you. I fight for you forever. In this world and the next. Rage on. Because I'm raging against their machine. The syndicate. Whether I live or die. I told you I'll walk through hell and freeze every step. Until I get home. Thank you.